Hi everyone, hope you all are doing fine. If you are new on the channel, then let me introduce some of the key points here. I am a pattern trader and we use multiple technical concepts to analyze the charts and markets because we believe that when these technical concepts come together, they form a picture of an opportunity. So to understand these concepts well, please follow the channel and please watch the complete video. Now let us quickly jump on to the Nifty chart. So as you can see in the last session, prices opened somewhere here and they moved higher, taking out the high of this previous candle, but eventually they came back down to close at its low, which means that this bar has trapped many of the long traders. However, the good point is that this bar has closed above the daily support area. Now, looking at the 60-minute chart, that this time frame is still in the downtrend, and we have this bar here, which has kind of failed bar, which trapped up so many long traders, and eventually it came back down. Now, the important point to note here is that all this price action is basing just above the support area. And as I have mentioned a couple of times, when you have a downtrend and when prices start to base just above the support, it's a bearish indication, which means that going forward, prices may break down to the downside. Now, also this time frame is in stage 4 kind of a downtrend where you have lower highs and lower lows. So this looks like that, this time frame and this time frame are not in the alignment. Second important point is that this time frame has a void below, which means that if tomorrow prices gap downs or let's say open in the range but break the support area and there is nothing below to the left which can stop prices to move down further. And in such a scenario, prices can even accelerate with higher speed to the downside. So all in all, this chart is giving us a neutral to bearish kind of bias. So we need to be very careful in tomorrow's trade. Now, looking at the 5-minute time frame for our intraday trades, if you can see that this time frame has formed a kind of head and shoulder pattern. Now we know that this pattern is a bearish pattern, and if let's say prices open gaps down or it cracks this daily support, then there are pretty much chances that selling will increase in this market and prices will accelerate to the downside. On the contrary, if prices open gaps up, the chances of the same is looking so bleak at the moment. But if let's say it opens gap up and on the top of it, if let's say it gaps up above this declining 200 MA, that would negate this entire pattern here and prices might consolidate and will start to move to the upside. Now on Banknifty, again, these prices have taken out the high of the previous green candle, but then eventually it came back down, which means that this market still has a bearish environment. Now this is above the support area, so we have the room to the downside. Now, if you look at the 60-minute time frame, it is still in a range. However, if you remember from the last analysis video, we have assumed that after this new low, prices might open somewhere here and it will take out the high of all this resistance here, which this bar has even done, but then it came back down, which means that this bar eventually turned out as a failure bar. Now, at this point in time, we have a good room or void to the downside. If let's say prices open and cracks below all this, support area, this means that prices can very easily and quickly move down and maybe retest this support zone on the 60-minute time frame. At the 5-minute time frame, we can see that here prices have came down. They have created a sort of base. It moved back down, which means that it has completely reversed or even more than 100% retraced this down move. But again, prices made the lower lows and lower highs, and it came back down, retraced more than 90% of this up move, which means that prices are not in a particular direction. There is a state of confusion, and we have the overlapping bars here. Now there are two scenarios possible in Bank Nifty. Looking at the current scenario, let's say if prices gap downs tomorrow and comes near this support zone, then there are chances that after gap down opening, prices might consolidate at this area instead of moving down further, as it has already moved down more than 90% of this up move. And as a concept, if you remember, I have mentioned that if prices, let's say there is an up move, and if prices retrace back all the way to the downside, then after 100% or more than 100% retracement, prices generally tend to consolidate or move in a range bound situation. So that kind of situation may come here. Gap up opening doesn't look like the case as of now, but let's say if it open gap up, then we have to see that where prices gap up to. If let's say it gaps up and clear all these highs here and gaps up above the declining 50 MA and 200 MA, that might turn out the situation in a positive way. So we have to see where Bank Nifty opens tomorrow. So with that, let's just wrap up this session. Hope you have liked the analysis. Please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe the channel. Till then, catch you soon in the next session. Take care. Bye-bye.